Hey everybody, back in the shop here with my bud Kevin. I'm going to show you the new Tommy Industrial 56-ton mini brake shop press. Just got this the other day. I'm going to fire it up and we are going to build a back gauge for it because it was the most requested thing from everyone that messaged me on Facebook and Instagram. So we're going to build a little back gauge project. And anyone that fills out my RFQ form and orders one of these machines, I will send you the files for the little back gauge for free. But first I'd like to go over some of the features on this machine. It comes packed with a 4-way rotary lower die and a European style upper punch. Same style tooling that's in the big press brake, other than on the punch it has a bigger radius so you're safe to bend that thicker plate. It's 31-inch wide tooling, 31.5 between the uprights. And then if we take a little peek up top here, you'll see the limit switches for the upstroke and downstroke travel stops. You got the downstroke, upstroke. You just adjust this little collar. I'm going to replace this bolt with a hand knob, and then you can just simply reach up in here, slide that up and down, and set your bend angle and your upstroke stop. You've got a nice little pedal here. You can grab this handle, move it around, down, up. E-stop will kill the ram. This E-stop will kill the power to the pump. This is your hydraulic fluid reservoir. Fill that with the ram in the up position so you don't make a mess when you run the ram up and you already have it full. It's 220 single phase, which is fantastic for small shops. Just go pick up a welding outlet plug or just hardwire it in with some conduit. It's a really neat little unit. It'll fit in small shops. It could be a great setup to your other press brake to have a secondary tooling setup in to do a second op. It's easy to fit in a small garage. It's simple power. It's really the only thing on the market that fits the bill for this. So I will get it bolted to the ground eventually. I don't know exactly where it's going to live. Probably close to this machine, but I don't know here or there. But you do need to bolt them down. It also comes with these guards. I chose to take it off. You can do that at your own risk. They just pop off. You loosen these bolts and the guard pops off. So sweet little package. Let's put it to work. I've got our little back gauge project laid out here on the fast cut plasma table. We're gonna slice it out of this nice little chunk of 1/8-inch plate I have. So let's fire this up and get some parts burned out. All right, so here's all the little bits cut out of that 1/8-inch steel. Got 2 little thumb screws from McMaster Carr, 2 1/4-20 nuts. This is gonna be the gauge itself. And then this is a little plate we're gonna weld the nuts to. All right, so I got my bend marks laid out with a Sharpie. And I could totally toss this in the big brake, bend this up in 2 seconds, it'd be perfect. But I want to show you guys that you can make your back gauge with your new mini brake. So I've got this little squaring arm. It's magnetic from Genuine Metalworks. Or if you don't have something fancy like that, you can just use a simple little square. We just want to hold the part straight. And I have flipped the rotary lower die around. This is 1/8 inch, so we want to use the 1-inch V. 7.5 tons per foot of width, 11 gauge. So 1 inch lower for 1/8 inch. The 2-inch lower is gonna be for your 1/4 inch and thick stuff. So you can see that on the chart here. It comes with the machine. And we always wanna bend in the middle of these machines. This type of machine, you don't wanna be bending out here. You could bend the ram. So always make sure your load is in the center. You can bend wider parts, but try to keep everything in the center. I have already set with some scrap pieces the bend angle to 90 or very close. This part's wider, so it's gonna have different spring back than this little part, but it's always a good idea, take some of your drops out of your table or something, some scrap pieces, get that angle set close so you're not wasting your good parts. So let's fire this bad boy up. Just gonna eyeball it. Pretty close, not too shabby. So then we're gonna stick this in from the back side and then bend this way. And there we have our first little channel. Now I bent it the other way because this is the profile of the tooling. So that second bend tucked up into here, into this little void, where if I would have put that second bend up this way, it would have ran into this and scratched my nice pretty die. So we don't like that. So that is how these European style tooling pieces work. You're basically on the center of your bending area. So as long as the legs are not longer than the width of a channel, you can always fit that up in there. So a little tip. Alrighty, and here it is, our brand new little back gauge. This guy slides back and forth. The nut plate means you won't have to hold any fasteners down here to adjust these. You just turn these little thumb screws, slide this guy back and forth. You could remove one and twist it at different angles. And this will obviously get mounted on the back side of the tooling. I'm just showing it to you here on the front. But you could then tighten that up, clamp this to the bed with a C-clamp. You can then make another one, and you could have one on this side, one on this side. You could make one big wide plate that connects between the two. All kinds of fun stuff. And you could take this and stretch it if you needed it to go back further. But just a fun little project. I built it right here on the machine for you guys. So now I got a back gauge. And with that, we have the first parts made on the new mini press. I'm super pleased with it. I'll be continuing to play with this and put it through its paces. So feel free to reach out, hit me up for info if you'd like to see anything else. Yeah, stay tuned for more in the future, and thanks for watching.